I have this backing on that I got from Amazon, and it's supposed to be cotton, and it's just, I hate it. It doesn't even feel like cotton. So I washed it and I just pieced together some batting, and I was gonna like practice something on it. This is one of my stencils here. This is I don't know if you can see there, those big peacock flowers, and like this is the ghost on top, you know, and here's the, oh, it looks like I wiped it off accidentally with alcohol. But yeah, I don't know if you can see the actual flower on there. Maybe you can. But this is something I designed in Embird, and I first drew it, you know, just sketched it in what is that thing called? Sketchbook. It's a free app. You know, you could do it on your tablet or whatever. There's also Open Board, but I kind of like Sketchbook better. And then once I freehanded it, and I can freehand in Embird too. Once you freehand it, then you just perfect it. You perfect all your curves with the cubic Bezier nodes in Embird, and you make everything perfect. The other thing, Embird's got these swirls now, and so you could use Embird's swirl for the center. You don't even have to worry about perfecting them. And Inkscape has swirls you can use. But I'm pretty sure I started this in Sketchbook. But anyways, yeah, I was gonna practice. I was gonna use this as practice. So maybe I'll try it right now. Let's see. If I turn my light on, yeah, I don't know. I think it's almost better with the light off. So let me grab some scrap fabric and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think you can see these 3 different serpentine or wave patterns. And I have one more that is quite a bit curvier. And you see what happens when I go an inch away. It kind of gets close here. Don't think I would be doing this one. So we'll put that one aside. These 3 are, where's my rulers? Here they are here. So these are from tarotloy.com. And this first one, it's 3 inches wide and 1.5 high. Okay, that would be this top one. Okay, try to move these out of the way. And what they mean by the width and the height is that, I don't know if I should put the ruler down. It might be too much glare. But they do mark on the rulers. If I just put it on, say, that line, that's how your long arm would do it, 1/4 inch away. But what they're saying is the 3 inches means from the center of this peak to the bottom of this peak here. So the distance between this line and this line is 3 inches. And if you measured it, you know, you'd see that it was indeed 3 inches from here to here. So it's like, you know, they're just showing that distance from this peak to this valley. And then the 1.5 high is the height between those two. And if you put a straight edge across the top and then measure, I don't know if I'm getting the whole thing in. If you measure from that straight edge, I know this probably isn't straight, but that is 1.5 from here to the top. So from valley to peak is 1.5 inches in height. So that one is a possibility. And when on that one, when you put another one on, yes, they do get closer right here, but it's not as noticeable as it was in, you know, that other one, in this one. So I think I can do that. And then this one is 2 inches wide. So they're these little hills, the peaks are closer together than here, you know, like from here to here, they're farther apart. And, you know, the same token, from here to here is closer together than from here to here. And so that is this one here. And I could do that one. I'm pretty sure I could follow it. Now, if I'm going an inch apart and I'm using that 1 inch spacer, the 1 inch is this here. So I would, you know, stitch the first line, and then my foot would be right in there. And you could see I'd be, you know, an inch away when I'm stitching this second line. So it would be like that. So my foot is in here and I'm stitching the second line. And I think I can do that. So that would be this one. It's curvier. I don't know. And then there's the bottom one then. That's still 3 inches wide. So the distance between here and here is the same as this top one was. So it's spread apart, but it's not as high. So, and again, so that's this one. If I flip this around, that's this one. And I would be able to do that again. That would be pretty easy. Probably be the easiest one, you know. But again, I have to put this in and try it. I have to decide now which one of these three I'm gonna try first. I'll try it first with the 3/4 inch foot on, because really with the 3/4 inch foot, I could just stay a 1/4 inch away from the line up there and just try and do it that way, you know, as I go along. Just try and, like, you know, stay a 1/4 inch away. And just kind of wing it and free flow it. It might be just fine. Maybe this one would get in the way. I don't know. But this one would be ideal if I wanted to go 1.5 inches, because then I could do the same thing, or 1 1/4 inches, stay a 1/4 inch away. Before I go back to the other camera, I took one of my appliques down and, you know, I put this one up. Now this is the shallowest one, this first one. And you can kind of see how it would look. And I did those on Embird to kind of see the different types and somewhat, you know. But this could end up where you're just seeing a curve like that in there instead of like a ripple. It might be just too wide. So then this one is the only really 2-inch one that I have. This one, where they're closer together, because this one is a 3-inch. But this one that's, you know, shallower could be better as well, because then it'll just look like lines going through. Let's see, where's the 3-inch? This one. You know, it might be better. And then, let's see. This one is that second one. I'm getting confused. So this is that second one, which is this one here. I mean, it is a little harder to mimic as I echo it, but I will have the echo foot on. So maybe I will start with this shallow one, and then I'll do this one. So I'll go the two extremes, these two, and then this one's kind of in the middle. So I'll start with this one, and I'll just try it with the 3/4 inch foot on and see what happens. So first I have to make this line. So let's go to that needle. Okay. All right. So let's see. So it's going to stitch a 1/4 inch above it. So I'll start like right about here. And now let's see, do I want to tilt this more? I guess that's pretty good. Kind of lining this up just with this edge, because the needle's going to be here and that gives me enough room. And hopefully I'll be straight. That's the other problem. Try staying straight. So let's go to, let's see, I'm going to go to regulate 12 stitches per inch. And now for this though, oh shoot, I can't have this on for this ruler work. So I have to take it off all over again. Darn it. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's move over to the side. Let's put my channel locks on and let's slide this down. That was easy. Okay. Okay, so again, we'll line this up. I'll give myself some room at the top as well. I'll just line up the edge and I'll keep my hand here. And a lot of times I'll put the thread under the ruler when I do my first needle down to grab the bobbin thread and put my finger there. And go needle down, needle up, and then pull it away. And then also again, I'm going to bring it under the ruler. And I'll do a needle down, readjust here, make sure I'm straight. I look okay, I think. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and I'm not going to use the tie that's on the machine. I'll just go forward and back. That's good. And this is going to be hard for me because my right arm hurts already. Okay. So I'm glad I don't use rulers a lot. Okay, readjust. I think I'm gonna, no, because I'm a lefty. I have to do this with my right hand. Try it again. So I'm stopping right on that line, and then I should measure this here just to see how far I am, like the edge of this from my basting line, because I know my basting line is straight because I put my channel locks on. This is right on the black line. Now, this ruler can be very confusing when you look at these black lines because they say that they're 3/16 of an inch. So when you see that, you know, the black lines are in sixteenths, but the yellow lines are in quarters. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. You might be able to see it, but if it falls on this 3/16, you would think, oh, okay, I'll just go 3/16, 6/16, 3, 6, 9, 12/16. Well, 12/16 is 3/4 of an inch. So you can't do 3, 6, 9 because look, this black line and this black line are not the same distance as, say, this one to this one. So they, you know, it's a ruler. They have to do that because they can't, once they get to the halfway mark, it's different. Anyways, so since mine is lying on this 3/16 line, for me, the entire inch of this ruler that's an inch wide is 16/16. Well, 16/16 minus 3/16 is 13/16. So my distance is 13/16. That's just crazy. Why did we ever go to inches? But I'm just going to say it's on the black line, right? When I readjust this. So here we go. We're going to put this one out. The needle is fine. Like, I know the needle part is okay, but the other end, I know you can't see it, the other end of the ruler, I have to pivot and use this as my rotational axis. I have to pivot it so that I'm 13/16 away from that line. So I'm doing that now, just so you know. And so I'm all lined up. I'm ready to continue. So I only have to do this once. Thank God. And then I'll freehand it and see how I do. So I'm going to actually put my thumb down here. See if that hurts my thumb. Okay. Oh, I just moved it. Okay. Yeah, this is not easy with these. I do not like long rulers for that reason. I almost think I like freehanding better because of this. I guess I should have drawn a line in chalk all the way across or something, because they do give you, I don't know if you could see it, but there is a line on this ruler that's a 1/4 inch. Yeah, I think it's the line that you can use to line up with. I didn't even think of that. So, oh well, live and learn. Here we go. Yeah, and I'm moving it. See, it's easier to hold once you get down to this end of it. Okay. And then this will be my last one. Now, I don't have anything over here because I'm in a valley. And I can't measure this valley because the needle's in the way. So I'll just have to go by this peak. And it does seem like it needs to pivot up. That's about right. I guess I have to hold it up here. Okay. So thank God I'm done with that ruler. I don't know how people can use rulers day in and day out because my thumb hurts already from that little bit. So I'll tie off. Now we'll see, do I want to put that 1-inch ruler on? What do I want to do? Or 1-inch echo guide? I mean, and you'll notice on the other one, I don't know if you noticed it, but I took this part of it and pivoted it like over here because normally I'm like this using my right hand and I didn't want the slot there. Put my channel locks on. So my needle is in its highest position. Okay, it's sliding if I start from where that slit is. Okay, we're under. I don't know if I should, let me put the needle down. I've got it up and now I'm going to start putting the needle down. Okay, so I made, so that's better. If you put it up a little to get it started. I haven't used this in so long. I honestly, okay, my thread is free. Okay, so I'm so nervous. I don't know if I should give it a few minutes. Let me zoom in. If I should give it a few minutes, because see, the crack is right by the number 1. But like I said, there's glue there. I don't know what to do. If I go needle down a little more, it might go on it more. Okay, now it's going needle up. Okay, so the slit is in the very back. So maybe I should put this right where that crack is and then in the back. I have like a, I know you can't see it, but I have an indentation right here where I can flatten the screwdriver a little bit. Okay, I got it in there. Okay, this one's going up. Oh, I think I just heard something. I think I just heard something crack. Maybe not. So I slid the one in the back, so it is going up. So I slid this front one. Okay, so they're both screwdrivers are in as far as they can go. So I'm going to start tilting them both. So, okay, it's going up. It had no problem. So I'm going to do it again. Okay, they're up. But I wanted to slide it. It's pretty much flush. I did want to kind of slide it, but I don't know. I should just be happy with what I got, right? You know, I was going to twirl it so that the slit was over there, but I'm going to just let it go. Maybe it just needed that little bit. Oh, my needle is down. Duh. That little bit of give on, you know, when it cracked a little bit. So it was just a little bit too tight. Because I really like these. I just love them. I haven't used them a lot, but so here we go. So then, you know, my needle is here, and this distance here is 3/4 of an inch, and then the distance from the edge of the foot to the needle is another 1/4. So in total, I'm 1 inch away. So I line this up with the back there. I don't know if I should stay zoomed in. I'll start with it zoomed out. Just try to focus it. Okay. So I'm watching up there. Do my needle down, needle up. So there's my bobbin thread. I'll bring it back. And now I'm doing, I'll do my tie on. I'm going to do my tie on vertically. That's good. And then I'll slide this over. I don't know if I want to be in coast regulate or regulate. I always stitch in coast regulate. You know, I like it. It's smoother and everything. Now I have to make this all in one swoop. So even as I'm walking, so I have to decide at what point am I going to take a step. When I was on pantos, it would be the opposite. Like if I was going in this direction with the long arm needle, then I would walk in that direction. So I'm like pushing against each other. But for this, I don't know what I'm going to do. So we're just going to wing it. So here we go. Oh, I want to be in coast regulate. So I'm 12 stitches per inch. And on a gamble, their speeds are different than I've noticed some of the other long arms. So my speed is at 12. And I used to keep my speed one unit, one whole number lower than my stitches per inch. And then I beefed it up to equal it. And I'm not sure why I did that. Now I didn't check my bobbin. I'm using a dark bobbin thread here, and I didn't check it. And it says 20%. So who knows if I'll make it to the end, but oh well, we're gonna try it. So anyways, I might keep my speed at 12, matching my stitches per inch, and see how it goes. So here we go. Okay, so I noticed there was one spot. I'll show you. tie up that I didn't go as high as I should have gone. Now that's going to mess me up for when I echo that, you know, for my next row. So right here, you can see I didn't go up high enough. Yeah. So this is the shallowest one. And I'm even having a hard time with that one. Huh. Oh boy. Yeah. Ugh. I don't know if I can do this. It's almost easier for me to do, because I have done S's where I would do the S freehand and then come back and then do another S, but make it longer than the one above it. And then come back. And then every time I'd come out, I'd be longer than whatever was previous. But that's hard. And again, when you get to your applique, what are you going to do? I thought about that and I'm like, well, I'm not going to stop, you know, I wouldn't have this on. I'm not going to stop and have a point every time. No, I'm going to just go into the long arm or into the applique with my serpentine, and I would come off of it and have my points out here and then go back in over it. So then everything that's going through here is going to be a straight line. I thought about that and I thought I might be able to do that. Because this is almost harder for me. Because look, I already messed up. I'll try it one more time. Or should I try the other one? I'll just do this one once more. I do like the density though, I think. Okay, I'll just do that. Okay, let's move these rulers. I'm glad I got it on. I'm really happy about that. Okay, here we go. Okay, you'll notice I went closer than an inch because I was nervous about not coming up, you know. And then when I got down to that one hill where I didn't go up high enough, I went a lot closer to it. So this is going to be very irregular. See what I did there? I came up really high because this one was too low, so I came up higher, but it's still distorted. That's going to be distorted. The rest of them look okay. Like, I know it's hard to see. Let's see if I come up here more. Okay, that might be better. So those two look good. That one looks pretty good. And then when you get to this, I mean, I guess it's okay if you're not, you know, perfect, because then it's artwork. You don't want to be perfect. That looks okay. I don't know. And, you know, granted, this is a solid piece of fabric. You're going to see every little thing. So let's see if I don't know if I'm having a hard time with this one, I'll probably have a really hard time with the other two that are not even, or that are curvier. Can you imagine if I did this one? Oh my gosh, if I had to echo that. And I can't do the ruler on this for a whole quilt. I had a hard time with just one row. So, which one was this again? It was the 3-in-1 or the 3-in-1.5? No, it was the 3-in-1. So it was shallow. It didn't go up real high. Here's the 3 1.5. This one is really high. Well, not as high as that other one, but oh wait. So I'm getting confused. Okay, the 2-in-1 is the one I was gonna try. It's small. They're smaller. Okay, so the 2-in-1, they're closer together. Maybe I'm having a hard time with the fact that it's so wide. Maybe that is why I'm struggling. I don't know. Because this 2-in-1, they're closer together. And if I just try and follow that, let me see if I can, if I put it on here. So we would pretend like this one was already stitched. Let's see, it's easier for me to follow. Yeah, let me put these away. So maybe it is easier. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay. So this is the 2-in-1. From here to here is 2 inches, and you can kind of see. So from peak to valley is 2 inches, but that peak is only 1 inch tall. So we're going to try that. I have to put the light on. So I'm going to do it, let's see, if I stay an inch away from this one, I wonder if I should start it farther down, so then maybe I'll do some sort of freehand stuff in there. I don't know. Try to be creative. So, well, say from here, you have to add a quarter. So 3.5, it's about 4 inches from this valley, from this peak to up there. I know you can't see that. So now I have to really work on staying straight. This isn't going to be easy. I wonder if I should make some marks. I'm going to make some marks. So, and let's get some chalk. I think this is heat erasable. Okay, that's zoomed in. I'm going to go to this other camera that actually zooms out more. Let's see. 0 back. Yeah, this one zooms out more. So it's not as great as a focus, but it does zoom out better. I'm going to go from my basting line way up at the top. So way up here. And I'll start right there. And I guess I don't know if I should line it up with the edge of my ruler. I think I will. I'm going to turn it around so my 1 inch or my 1/2 inch marks aren't up there. Okay, so I'm gonna come down, let's see, this one ended here. That's the lowest point. Say it's at 4 inches. If I start the other one at, say, I go 6, no, 7. I'll go at 7 inches and maybe I'll just make something small in there. So I'll mark 7 inches from the top basting line all the way down. And I'll go as far as my ruler will take me. So I want to put this on there. So, but let's see, am I lining up these straight lines? Yeah, maybe I will. So there's this straight line here. I'll put that on here. And then this I'll put on my basting line. Boy, you waste a lot. Okay. I mean, that should keep me straight all the way across. So then this should be the same. Let me slide my ruler under it. It's off ever so slightly. Okay, I do need to pivot a little. Okay, I'm right on. So that's correct, but the only thing is, you know, how do you mark that? So you have to mark your 7 inches this many inches apart. Now, how many inches is this? God, what a nightmare. Well, you can't start from that end. Okay. So this is 8 inches. So every 8 inches, I have to mark 7 inches down. Oh my God. Okay. So I guess I need 2 rulers. Okay, so 8 inches from there. I have to mark 7 inches down. It doesn't even seem straight. Okay, and then I'll have to go 8 inches from there, but I can't, my ruler's not long enough to match up with that one to make it square. I mean, I could line up my big one with the basting line up here and kind of get an idea. So I'm 8 inches in this. Okay. Well, let's see, I marked it from here, was the 8 inches on the edge. So I could just estimate that I'm, you know, perfectly horizontal, and then take my other ruler and, yeah, but I gotta move this down. And put my other ruler on that basting line up there to make sure I'm square. And so now I'm square. That's good enough, I guess. So I'm at 7 inches. And then 8 inches from there. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I'm not a pro at long arming either. I'm a pro at digitizing. So there's my 7 inches, good enough. And then go 8 inches from there, takes me all the way to the end. Okay. So I'll just follow this line here and mark, oh, 7 inches from the top, duh. Okay. Good enough. All righty then. So, oh, and I have to take this off to do the ruler. That's a nightmare. That is a nightmare. I don't like that, having to take it off. Ugh. Yeah, I have to take this off. I mean, you figure for the quilt, you only have to do it once, but maybe you want to do it every so often. And maybe you want to stabilize your quilt and just do it every so often. Yeah, but then when you get close to it, you never know if you're going to end up an inch away from it. Like, say you have a middle line here, your distance might not meet exactly. So when you get close to it, you got to figure, oh, I'm going to have to cut those in half and cut those distances. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is such a good idea. I'm already getting frustrated because I have to take this off again. I guess it's going to get broken in. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to push here where the crack is and then push in the back. I'm wiggling it ever so slightly. Scare the crap out of me. Okay. What am I trying now? The 2 and 1. Okay. So I'm lining up these marks with the straight lines, but they don't land on them. That was stupid. Yeah, they don't land on them. I guess I have to connect them. So now I have a line and I'm going to go up into there. Everything is still on the line. I'm going to hold my thread and I'll do a needle down. This is kind of dark for me. I don't know. I might be okay though. And I'll just move it away and pull up my bobbin thread. And then I'll bring it back. And I'll put the thread under the ruler. And hold it tight. And then I'll do a needle down. And I'll do my tie. I forgot I'm in coast regulate. I think it's going too fast for me. I am going to go down to 11. I think that's why I did do it at 11. I'm going to save that in my presets. Okay. So, yeah, here we go. So, okay. So I'm readjusting like every time I get into a valley. Oh, I just moved everything. I wonder if I need more of these because I moved everything. I pivoted it and everything. Okay, I'm back on the line, but I don't know. Okay. Oh, that hurts. Okay. I don't know what is an easy way to hold this so it doesn't hurt. Maybe that's better with my hand kind of jacked up. Not really. Maybe down lower. Okay, so we're not on the line anymore, by the way. Like I'm way off of it there. So I don't know. I'm on it there, right here. I pivoted it. Okay, that's my thread bobbin almost empty. I forgot to check it before. Okay, so I'll tie off. I didn't even check my tension for this. I mean, it's not a real quilt, but who knows? I might use it for something. Okay, so I'm cutting my thread. And I'll check my bobbin. Let's see how my tension looks. You can feel at the bottom. I don't feel any pokings. It's probably fine. Let me see. Oh, my bobbin is completely full. So I must just not have set it. Okay, so I'm gonna reset my bobbin, but I'll tell it that it's, you know, lower than it normally is. Okay, so here we are. We've got our curvier. You could see the difference between the two. I have to put that adapter, that echo guide on. Okay, we're getting brave. Put my channel locks on. I'll slide it in. Put my thread in the back like. So I'm gonna slide it in. Okay, I'm gonna get it started a little bit. Or just kind of, no, I'll just hold it up there and slowly put the needle down. And then get it started that way. That works good. And then it's up. Okay, so it's not up all the way. It's just up like, you know, a little bit. Let me put this over here so I don't lose it. So here we go with the 2 screwdrivers. Now, which one? I can't remember which one I had in the back. Probably the shorter one. I think I did. That would make more sense. So let me just start this one in the front just a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to damage anything. I can't really get that under there. So yeah, I might have to like slide this. Okay, that worked. I slid this around and now it's up higher in the back. I got my fingernail in there. Okay, now I can slide this one in. Okay, so I got that one slid in. Wiggle this one around front. Okay, so I'm going to slide them both in. And then once they hit the foot kind of, I'll start to twist them back and forth. Okay. That seems to be working for me. Okay, got one side and the other. See, I'm getting brave here. Okay, and it's up pretty far. I probably went farther than I should have, but I think I'm good. I just don't want this screw to hit it. I'm gonna just go down. Let me make sure I don't tangle my bobbin, because I already went down once. Okay, so if I go down, I'll just dial down. Oh, look at, that's okay. See how I'm almost hitting it there, that screw? I should try and, but I'll push it from finger on my front and the back. Okay, so as long as I can see the foot sticking out, I'm okay with this screw not hitting anything. Okay, so I'm good. So grab my thread again. All righty, let's see how I do. Okay, so I'm echoed there. Okay, so I'm an inch away. I'll do needle down. I'll hold my thread and do my tie on. Okay, so here we go. Okay, I did much better on that one, but I didn't take a step at all throughout the whole thing. I was afraid to. And on my quilt, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to find a place to take a step because, you know, it's like 65 inches wide or something like that. So, whereas this is just, what, 36 inches. So, let's see. Let's zoom out. I'll show you this one. What's that other camera? So there it is. It's a little better, and you can compare it to the one above it. I did better, and I think it is more forgiving because it's so curvy. I wonder how it would, the one, I could mimic this in Embird to see how it looks real curvy. I'm trying to think if I did have one that was this curvy. I mean, the inch apart I had, but as far as the curves go, I'd have to say, look at my applique and say, okay, from valley to valley is right here. That's 4 inches, 2 inches, and 2 inches. So that's 4 inches. So from valley to valley, I think I did have one of those on Embird. I think I did. But my range, if you recall, my range then would be, say, and I could do a proportion like inches on a regular quilt in real life, I could do a fraction for that and say equal to the millimeters in my Embird software to find out, you know, the X value or whatever. I could do that instead of working with this. But not everybody does that. You know, not everybody does math to figure things out. They look at their design. So for this one, the way that it's traveling is, okay, 1 inch. So 1 inch on here is about like this. So basically my curve, say, would my two valleys would be from here to here, but it would raise up just to almost this tip. And I think I did do one like that. I'll have to go back and look. But I think I can do this. I'm going to do one more. Try this one more time. This time I should try to, you know, take a step, because I'm trying to mimic, you know, real life here. So I'll do my tie. Okay, so when am I going to take a step? Okay, I'm zoomed out. Let me go back to the other camera. When am I going to take a step? I still think when I'm coming down is when I should take a step, or when I'm at the top. But I think when I'm coming down. So let's go for it. I just took a step, and you could tell I actually stepped right on my foot. I mean, I think this curve is more forgiving, but you can see, I don't know if I'm going to do this. Let's go to the other camera. I got less curvy. I'm probably going to end up getting less and less curvy. Okay. If I come up here, okay, this is where I took my step, or it might have been here because I came down real far. I don't know, it was somewhere in here. But you can see I'm not following it at all. So I don't know if I should do this. I don't know how people do this freehand. Like, I could try my other thing that I was telling you about, doing an S and then doing an S back and then doing one farther. You're just freehanding it. Basically, I could still use this echo foot and stay an inch away. I'll try it. Because honestly, I think having to follow those perfect curves, I think it's too hard for me. Okay, so how am I going to make my S's? Like, I don't know how curvy I'm going to make them, you know, how tall. I don't think I'm going to make them real curvy. Because in the past, when I have done them, I haven't made them real curvy. So let's see how I do. I'm thinking if I wanted to fill this in, I should come out, I should S and then come back from to the top of the previous. So here and then come up so I could fill this in. But then I have to fill this in too. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Do you start at the bottom or start at the top and fill this in and then come down and fill this? And then I don't know. Or do I just forget about these spaces and just do my stipple as if I'm, just wanting to practice here? Because on a real quilt, I'm not gonna have to worry about this. Maybe this I'd have to worry about, but this is really deep. I guess I'll fill it in for right now and then I'll practice it again below this one or something like that. So in that case, I'm thinking if I should always start at either the top or the bottom, fill it in. Yeah, this would be hard to fill in. If I started here and I went straight and then up, well, I'd have to come in short and then here, because I want to be like halfway, and then maybe a little longer and then back up. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I'm just not sure what to do. I don't think I'm going to try to fill these in because I think that's going to be too hard for me. I'm going to just try to go straight across. All right, here we go. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I am because this is not easy. Now, how am I going to do this? Yeah, this is not working. I mean, that was easier, but they're not an inch apart. They're all over the place. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't like any of these ideas. From here to here is, what I just freehanded. I'll try to slowly. You could see, like, over here, I just didn't know what I was doing. But, maybe any kind of texture is good. I don't know. It probably looks better than just these. These are too, yeah, sometimes just disorganized texture like this sometimes looks better. You could see how skinny I got in through here, And then this and this. I don't know what that was. But let's try it again. It seems like I haven't long-armed in a long time. Okay. Maybe I'll try to go a certain distance, but you can't do that because when you, okay, I'm zoomed out. I'm going to try it zoomed out. When you come to your applique, like I was saying, I don't want to come in and have a point in here and come out. And this is 6.5 inches. So I don't know. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I'll just see how it goes. Uh-oh. My camera went out for a minute. Okay, so I made one S forward and back. Now I gotta come and make this longer. And you have to intersect. Now I'm making these narrower. Okay. I'm gonna just come out straight and fill that in. See that's hard because you have to go back and fill in. Like I have a big gap right there. And then they're not 1 inch anymore. I'm wondering if I should just use a panto and just do it from the back, or try and find a stencil that will work for me. Or I could try and make one, but yeah, I don't know. I thought it would be easy to come out farther. But when I came out farther, like, I don't even know where I was at. Come out farther. I came in and I looks like I filled this in. Okay, I had to fill that in. But then I came out farther here. And you have to go back and intersect what you previously stitched. And then I had to come out farther than this one. And then come back in. But I left this big gap here. And to go and fill that in, you then have less than 1 inch coming out. You'd, you know, like here. Okay, so I did that. I intersected. I came back. I went farther than my previous. And came back. And then came out. Because that's the only place you can go. And then when I came back, I knew I had a huge gap here. but you could see how I hesitated because I have such a pointy point here. I didn't know what to do. I was gonna go in and fill this in to say here and then come back, but I stopped short. And that's what I mean about panicking, you know. So, and even then, okay, coming back here, this isn't an inch. These are real tight. Is that okay? I mean, overall, maybe it looks fine. Maybe I'm just being too hard on myself. Because anybody else might look at this and say it's beautiful. And maybe I shouldn't have panicked here and just the heck with the 1 inch and fill it in. If it's there, just fill it in. I could play around with this idea of going farther and see if I can make something. So the key is then just to go farther, but then come back. Maybe I just need to make it skinnier and not so tall. Just go farther, come back, and that's it. Go farther, come back. Where do I come back? Oh, on the bottom, maybe. I'll try that. Let's see, I only have this much more batting. I'd have to fill it in. More batting. So I have to do it now. So I have space here to match it up and that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should go and try to make something with Embird. It does seem like I'm more comfortable making shallow meanders, you know, instead of these, because now these don't look good to me anymore. These look better because everything is irregular and almost prettier. And these shallow ones are boring. So see, I'm talking myself into it. I guess I need to have more faith in myself and just the beauty of the naturalness. And yes, maybe at times I'm going to have to fill in with skinnier lines, but then go right back to trying to get your 1 inch with your foot. So you always have this there to remind you, you know. Boy, it's sure gets a lot of dust on it. So, yeah, so I don't know. I'd love to get some feedback on what you guys think. If I should try to make a stencil, mess around with Embird. Well, actually, even if I make a stencil though, and when I come to this, say I make my stencil and my S curves are longer than 6.5 inches. Well, that doesn't matter because you never know when you're going to meet up with your applique. I'm not going to meet up with it at the very beginning of my 6.5 inch S curve. So I'm going to have points in here, even with a stencil. So I might have to accept that fact even. So there you go. This is the same fabric as this. It actually feels really substantial. I think I starched it, but some of the Waverly fabrics are really nice and thick. The black is not, at least the one I got. Now that's actually good for this faux turned edge, because since it's so thin, it doesn't stick up as much. It's not real bulky here. So I actually like it for this. So there you go, guys. This is a continuing saga. We make one decision and then we got to come back and make some more. But that's okay. That's what it's all about. Fun and making decisions and all that good stuff. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.